Don't give up just yet. I hear where you're going is beautiful. And I don't know, that quote sounds simple, but it kind of hits when you're just like in the phase where everything feels slow, like you're trying, but nothing has really changed yet. No results, big moment, or proof that it's actually working. People usually end up quitting right at that moment when you can tell it's just like, man, I've been putting in the work and it's just not converting. And it's not because people don't care, it's just because they start to feel like what they're doing is pointless and they're putting in effort to something that's not giving anything back. And your brain just starts to think that, maybe this isn't for me. And what I think is that's the trap, right? Because giving up usually isn't just like some dramatic, oh my God, like I'm done, I'm never doing this again. It's like just waking up one day and you're, telling yourself that you're going to end up doing something later and just putting it off. And then eventually it never comes again. And personally, I get it. As this has happened to me before in the past with a lot of different things. But when I hear the quote, I hear where you're going is beautiful. It reminds me that you're not actually supposed to see where your destination is yet. It doesn't say, I see where you're going. It says, I hear it, which means you don't have proof. You're moving based on faith and intuition and a feeling on a goal that you can't actually touch yet. And that's hard because we're used to instant feedback usually. If you post something, either you get likes or you don't. If you start something, you want progress fast. If you work hard, you want to pay it off immediately, or you want it to pay off immediately. But real progress in something it's annoying, it's slow, and it's kind of boring in the middle. You just have the beginning, the work, and then the result. And I'm going to use the example of Black Ops 2. When I was younger, it took so many levels to go from 0 to Prestige Master. And in the time between 0 to Prestige Master and you constantly leveling up, you don't really pay attention to your levels. Maybe when you reach a new prestige like Prestige 3 or Prestige 5, right? You unlock a new prestige and you're like, wow, this is great. That's like a new milestone in one of your goals that you're achieving in real life. You have these moments of being proud of yourself in between the beginning and the quote unquote end, where it motivates you to achieve said goal. Playing video games makes time go by so fast, and sometimes you're closer to your goal than you really think. You just don't know it because obviously you can't see around the corner, and that's the thing that people mess up on. They assume how they feel right now is the truth. Like if you feel tired, you assume you're losing, and if you feel behind, you assume that it's just over. But being tired doesn't mean that you're done. It just means that you've been carrying lots. Because being tired is usually a direct reflection of the fact that you've actually been doing something. You don't just get exhausted from nothing. Most of the time, that tired feeling is proof that you've actually been putting in work towards your goal. And it's weird to say, but being tired is actually kind of a reward. Not like, woohoo, I'm like exhausted, but it's just evidence that your body and mind is saying that you've done something, right? Because think about it, if you're doing nothing, you wouldn't feel this way. If you weren't trying, you wouldn't feel the weight or push through that you're uncomfortable, right? So instead of treating tiredness like it means that you're losing, it actually means that you're getting somewhere. Because if you look at tiredness the right way, it's a sign to not quit. It's literally the sign that you've been showing up. And if you're showing up, you're already on a path to your goals. So don't let tiredness trick you into thinking that your result isn't real. It's the proof that you're actually getting closer. And also, rest isn't your enemy either. Rest doesn't mean that you quit, whether you need half an hour of rest or a couple days. When you go to the gym and you go consecutive days in a row, say you go 3 days on, 1 day off, the rest is a must. It's not a rest to get away from it. It's a rest to refuel. the effort that you've been putting in towards your goal in the previous days. And if you don't rest, you're just going to burn out. So take a break if you actually need it. Sleep, reset, breathe. Just don't confuse being tired with being done. And this is the part where the I hear in the quote really matters, because it doesn't say I see where you're going is beautiful. It says I hear where you're going is beautiful. Like, you're not always going to have proof. You're not always going to feel confident. Sometimes you're going to be moving with a gut feeling or a small amount of hope. And that makes things difficult, right? You're putting in effort and you're tired, but you're actually trusting the process with yourself, even though the results haven't been shown up yet, right? And the fact that you're actually moving without knowing or having hints that your goal is at the end of the path is the promise, right? The I hear is the promise that the destination is real, even when you can't confirm it. So if all you have is the feeling or the idea that there's something better ahead, you just need to hold on to it, because you don't need to see the beautiful part today. You just need to keep going long enough to reach it. So if you're in a stage where everything feels slow and heavy, don't take it as a sign to stop. Think of it as a reward for your effort, and take it as a sign that you're on your way to your goal. And don't just give up yet. I hear where you're going is beautiful.